When we think about designing new materials, our focus is usually on composition or equilibrium structure. But the real functionality of a material is often dictated by its history. The specific sequence of temperatures, electric fields, or chemical potentials applied during processing locks in the microstructure and determines how the material behaves under operation. This makes protocol discovery a massive, high-dimensional optimization problem. And when experiments are slow, expensive, and strongly state-dependent, traditional data-driven approaches quickly hit a wall. They tend to interpolate within known parameter spaces, missing the genuinely novel processing histories that could unlock new functionality. Today, we're breaking down a recent breakthrough that solves exactly this problem. A closed-loop AI system that discovers out-of-distribution processing protocols by combining evolutionary search with uncertainty-aware learning. To understand why this matters, we need to look at how materials optimization usually works. A common strategy is to map complex process histories into a low-dimensional latent space, often using a variational autoencoder, and then run a Bayesian optimizer to find the best parameters. It's elegant, but it has a fundamental flaw. The latent space is structured by reconstruction and regularization, which naturally keeps the optimizer near the training distribution. You get refined versions of what you already know, but you rarely stumble upon a fundamentally new protocol. For experimental materials science, where you're dealing with physical constraints, measurement noise, and state-dependent responses, that interpolation-only approach is often useless. You need a method that can propose genuinely new candidates while remaining sample-efficient enough to actually run them in the lab. The researchers tackled this by building a closed-loop workflow that treats the processing protocol itself, specifically a time-dependent voltage waveform, as the direct optimization variable. They combined two powerful techniques: a genetic algorithm for exploration and deep kernel learning for efficient, uncertainty-aware ranking. Here's how it works under the hood. First, they initialized the system with a small set of experimentally accessible seed waveforms and passed them through a one-dimensional convolutional variational autoencoder. This created a smooth, low-dimensional manifold of physically realistic waveforms to start from. But instead of relying on the VAE to generate everything, they used a genetic algorithm to drive the actual discovery. The waveforms are represented in a compact Fourier space with up to the 16th harmonic, which translates to a 33-parameter coefficient vector. This representation preserves the global waveform shape, while making genetic operations like crossover and mutation straightforward and computationally cheap. The GA generates a large pool of candidate waveforms, including out-of-distribution mutants that would never emerge from simple interpolation. But evaluating all of these experimentally would be prohibitively expensive. That's where deep kernel learning comes in. DKL combines a neural feature extractor with a Gaussian process surrogate. Unlike a static latent space, the DKL embedding is learned jointly with the target objective. It's shaped by both the feature distribution and the observed performance values, which yields faster convergence and a more task-aligned representation. The system trains an exact Gaussian process with an automatic relevance determination radial basis function kernel on these latent descriptors. By using an upper confidence bound acquisition function, the algorithm balances exploration and exploitation, scoring each candidate based on both its predicted performance and its predictive uncertainty. The system selects only the most promising and diverse candidates for actual experimental validation, feeds the results back into the training archive, and repeats the loop. To demonstrate this, they used scanning probe microscopy on a ferroelectric thin film. The processing protocol is the tip bias waveform, and the experimental reward is the nonlinear electromechanical response. Ferroelectrics are fascinating because their piezoelectric response isn't linear at higher fields. It depends heavily on domain wall motion, pinning sites, and local defect landscapes. Over time, these materials age. Domain walls get clamped by defects, degrading performance. The goal here was to discover waveforms that could electrically de-age the material by restoring domain wall mobility, without causing massive, irreversible switching. They measured the effective nonlinear response by tracking the contact resonance frequency and amplitude as they swept the drive voltage in a small signal range well below the coercive voltage. The optimization target was the ratio of nonlinear response before and after applying a candidate waveform. A ratio greater than 1 meant the waveform successfully enhanced nonlinearity. This ratio-based objective suppresses spatially varying baseline contrast and makes the search robust to location differences in the starting state of the film. After 40 active learning generations, the AI converged on a surprising result. The best-performing waveforms weren't simple, high-amplitude pulses. They were temporally structured, multi-harmonic profiles with asymmetric ramps and repeated local extrema. When applied to the ferroelectric film, these waveforms didn't trigger large, contiguous domain switching. Instead, spatially resolved measurements showed only dispersed, small-amplitude perturbations near existing domain boundaries. This points to a very specific physical mechanism. Within a Rayleigh-type decomposition of the piezo response, the reversible part of domain wall motion contributes to the linear coefficient, while the irreversible part, jumps of domain wall segments out of shallow pinning potentials, dominates the field-dependent nonlinear contribution. The optimized waveforms repeatedly drive the local polarization through intermediate field regimes, which selectively activates weakly pinned domain wall segments from shallow potential wells. They de-age the material by tapping into the existing mobile domain wall population rather than consuming it through long-range coherent switching. In fact, the AI also identified waveforms that did the opposite, suppressing wall mobility through macroscopic switching, proving it had full bidirectional control over the extrinsic response. This isn't just a clever trick for ferroelectrics. It establishes a general framework for protocol discovery. When the design variable is a trajectory, a waveform, an annealing schedule, or a battery charging curve, the search space is inherently high-dimensional and constrained by what's physically executable. Methods that only optimize within conservative, on-manifold families will always miss the regimes where breakthrough performance comes from a genuinely new protocol structure. By pairing an experimentally grounded initialization with an evolutionary engine that can propose out-of-distribution candidates, and using uncertainty-aware learning to make that exploration tractable, this approach shifts the paradigm from static optimization to dynamic discovery. It treats experimental actions as the primary variables, aligning the AI's proposal mechanism directly with laboratory capabilities. The implications stretch across functional materials, electrochemical energy storage, synthesis routing, and even molecular systems. Whenever the key unknown isn't the object itself, but the program of operations that creates or controls it, this closed-loop evolutionary and uncertainty-aware framework provides a practical, executable blueprint. As autonomous experimentation becomes more accessible, methods like this will be essential for turning raw data into genuinely novel material functionality. If you're working on autonomous labs, materials discovery, or active learning, I'd love to hear how you're tackling high-dimensional protocol optimization. Let's discuss in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the AI research shaping the future of science.